What's good with y'all boys? No intro for this one. This video gonna be a little different. As you see, RB5 is dying at a very fast pace, and this is a new game. So I want to come on and talk about why I think RB5 is dying as fast as it is. I think RB5 is a pretty good game, probably his best one yet. But there's like a lot of things that need to be changed if he wants RB5 to last. The very first problem with the game is the community, not the community itself. It's like Jokes doesn't have a very good relationship with his community, which then leads him to like basically cut them off. So as you see here, let's say you're a new player and you join the Jokes Games Discord, you get the RB World role. First problem is that general chat is locked. Why is general chat locked? Jokes said that he's going to try to be more transparent with his community. He's going to try to interact with his community. I don't think this is how you interact with your community. Like, general chat should not be locked, but why is it only server boosters being able to communicate with each other in the game? That makes no sense, bro. And when Jokes makes updates to the game, whenever he does, he never takes suggestions from his community. He made a suggestion channel where players can make suggestions about what they want added to the game, and there are some very good suggestions here, but Jokes hasn't added any of these. As you see, this one here has 200 likes from the community. I doubt Jokes even looked at these. The mods have said that Jokes is going to take a look at the suggestions before he updates, but we haven't seen anything yet. So I'm wondering, like, well, when is he going to look at the suggestions, if he is ever? We like RB5. Like, RB5 is a good game, but Jokes just isn't delivering with the updates. Like, if he actually listened to what the community was saying and took suggestions from us, like, the game could be in a much better state. But at the very start of RB5, it had like 10k players at its peak, if I'm correct. But now it's only sitting at 500. The second problem, the main problem with this game, is gameplay. If you play RB5, I'm gonna go into the game real quick. Gameplay is what makes a basketball game a basketball game. So let's say you're a new player, you load into RB, you make your build, whatever. And let's say you play, you conquer for your points, whatever. You go to competitive. First of all, why is there no 2s and 1s in a basketball game? There's only 3s and 5s. And if you play RB5, you know how boring both of these are. Even when I play with the party, I can't do more than like 3 games max. Even when I'm winning, it's boring. The only time I come on to play RB5 is when I'm playing a scrimmage or a league game. But it's not even real league, it's gym league. So that in itself is a problem. League mode is also taking too long. The updates just take too long. I'm loading into RH2 real quick. Basically, RH2 has been alive for I don't know how many years, maybe been like 4 years. And it still, to this day, has more players than RB World 5. Now that is a problem. There's no reason why RH2 should have more players than RB5, and it hasn't been getting updates at all. Right here, RH2 already looks more pleasing to the eye. It has a plaza, your gym, your park, your rec, the arcade. So for one, you can't even 1v1 in your gym if you wanted to. But in RH2 you can. You could easily invite, your friend could easily join your gym. You can start up a game over there in the corner. Easily get some ones in or some runs with your friends if you want to. But in RB, you don't even have a gym to do that in. It's only a practice. They only have a practice mode where you can shoot around, but you can't 1v1, you can't get some runs in. I don't know. So we tried asking Jokes like why he doesn't want 2s and 1s in this game. And he says that if there's 2s and 1s, then no one's gonna play 3s and 5s. Which is probably the dumbest reason I've ever heard. As you see right here, people are coming in and out of the rec center in RH2 right now. I don't know why he thinks that people aren't gonna play 3s and 5s if there's 1s and 2s. And there's a 1 score over here. I'm pretty sure it gives you like little to no EXP. Like, it's just there just for people to hump on and have fun. Like, people are 1v1ing right now. See here, they're just 1v1ing, having some fun. Like, Joke said that he's gonna add 2s and 1s for an event, but after that event, then the game's just going to go back to the 3s and 5s, and then it's gonna be boring. And I don't see how you can have a basketball game without the 2s court. So that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I know it's Jokes' game and he could do what he wants, but this honestly makes no sense to me. Because, for one, the matchmaking system is fine, but queuing with randoms is not something you want to do in RB5. You see here, the 2s court, they are running some right now. You can't do this in RB5. The only thing in RB5 is the 3s and the 5s. And I'm sure when you want to grind a new build, your first thought is, oh, let me hop on a 2s core with my duo. We can run some real quick, easy wins, easy EXP. Nobody wants to spend all that time running 3s. I just see on first glance, you see it has a plaza, got the clothing shops and whatnot, and you see you have the 1s court. I don't know why Jokes removed this. Like, this 1s court in RB4 did not give EXP. It's just, you just hop on, you just use your build, have fun with it. And then you got the park here, and oh, I forgot about 2XP weekend. Wait, Jokes still hasn't added that in. I don't know why, bro. He's taking his sweet time on these updates, but people are already, as you can see with the player count, people are already leaving the game. A majority of RB5's player base has left the game, and he's still taking his sweet time with the updates and not taking suggestions from the community. Right? So for the main part of the problem with RB5's gameplay, so the clips that I put in my videos, they are almost always pick and roll clips. This ISO is not viable at all in RB5, unfortunately. And for some reason, like, dribble moves aren't being touched in RB5. They should be much faster. I'm pretty sure that Jokes has made dribble moves slower. Like, he's made them less effective for some reason. I don't know why. There was a point in time where dribble moves were fast and like actually usable, but Jokes just nerfed them to a point where they're not usable anymore for some reason. I don't know why. Like, we've always asked Jokes that the game needs to be faster. Because the main reason why RB4 died is because people said the game was too slow. Which I agree, the game was too slow, and I played League and all that, but Jokes didn't listen to the community, and then his game died. Which history is going to repeat itself for RB5 if he doesn't listen to the community. And if this keeps up, I think RB5 will have the shortest lifespan out of all his RBs, because it's fairly dead already. Like, almost all of his player base is gone. The only people that really play is like people who enjoy doing 3s with a squad, or people who are waiting for League. And he said he wanted like a bigger player base. So this is not the way to do it, Jokes. Alright, so on to gameplay. No, ISO was one of the best, if not the best form of offense. It was ISO off ball, your PG with ISO on the other side of the court, you run off balls on the other side. So I'm gonna show you some clips of how RB4 ISO looked, if you don't know, and like how fluid it looked compared to RB5. See, these combos actually do something in RB4. If you did this combo in RB5, the defender would still be in front of you and you wouldn't have done anything with it. You'd just be wasting your stamina. On the second clip, see how the combos are actually taking you somewhere. One last clip just to show you how good ISO was in RB4. Jokes used to make ISO good again, bruh. In RB5, that might have been like contested or smothered. It's like RB5 just like has no versatility. It's like our only viable form of offense is pick and roll, and nobody wants to do that all game. Because imagine you just play pick and roll versus pick and roll every game in league. It's boring. Even in park, people just pick and roll all game. Like, of course you're gonna see that, but usually in park you're supposed to see people isoing and whatnot. You don't see that in RB5. Whereas in every other basketball game, that's mainly what you see. So moving on, next is going to be defense. Defense is way too easy in this game. Whether it's screen defense or ISO defense. For defenders, it's way too easy. You get rewarded for playing bad defense because you can recover off a blow by in this game. Unfortunately, as if you try to get the lane on a blow by, they could just run on your side and then push you back. So this clip, I'm going to show you a clip of screen defense that I've seen from one of the defenders. As you see, he's just sitting under, going back and forth. See, and here people would say, oh, you could just shoot behind. But no, you can't shoot behind, because then he would just sprint full speed up and out on either side and get contests on you. As you can see, he's way below, and the shooter is trying to shoot. But you could say that he didn't get hit by the screen, but he's still able to sprint from all the way down here up and still contest you. And you see here, he's on his side, so he's gonna get here before you. Since this is a 100 speed defender, just push you back. Second clip, this is another clip showing how screen defense is broken, but this clip is not really what screen defense is, with the contest range. So here he's pulling back behind the screen. This should be lightly or wide, but it's not. This was red contest. So the defender here is going under the screen, way under the screen, and he still fully contested the shooter from behind the screen. This should not be a thing, and the shooter here had diamond focus. So that's another thing. Defense is too good. We've told Jokes this. We told Jokes that defense was too good, but he said, why shouldn't defense be good? He said that offense should take more skill, which I agree. Sure, offense should take more skill, but you can't say that when there's only one form of offense in this game, which is pick and roll. You can't ISO in this game because the defender will recover off anything, and unless you get a clean ankle break, then you're not scoring. You can, if they have the fade, you could just spin up full speed with your 100 speed. You'll get there, red contest or more. Third clip is screen defense. As you see, he's trying to use the screen. He's just getting pushed back. Look, right here. This is no animation at all. He's literally almost in the screen. No animation at all. He's just pushing the guard back. And you see right here. How do you even explain this? Why is this a thing? The guard is not close to the defender, and he's getting a push from here. Still no animation on the screen as he's hugging the screen. And you see he got the blow by from the animation. He's going to recover. Even if this big wasn't here, he would have recovered. Then the play is just over. The defense is just too good. This is the main thing that just needs to change. Defense is way too good. But hopefully in league mode we can tweak the stats, and we can tweak the game ourselves with league settings. But that's not really what we want if we want the game to have longevity. Because at this rate, it's going to die. At this rate, League won't even save the game. Because League is only a small portion of the game. And you don't want to cater to League players. You want to cater to like the common player, the casual player. Because if the casual player is not having fun, then it's most likely that the League player is not having fun. So the game just needs a lot of fixes in general, a lot of balance changes, a lot of bad reworks. Alright, on to the next problem I have with the game. Is going to be build versatility. So if you played RB5, but if you played RB4, you know that there was a lot of builds that you could use. Offensively and defensively. So I'm gonna go to my mod player real quick. I'm gonna go to the build creator. So for guards, if I'm right, there's only like 3 offensive builds that I've seen. One would be the 6-6 initiator. This is one I've seen people use. Oh, this is this one. Second one would be 6-6 sharp. It's the main one that people use because it's 993. What you need if you want to shoot good. Actually, that's it. That's the only 2 guard builds that people use. The only outlier is people using a 6-1 aggressor because it's 9 speed and it's layup. I think it's good. I think they spam Euro steps on this. That's probably why. So this is the only outlier that I've seen a few people use. But the only 2 builds are 6-6 initiator and 6-6 sharp. That there's no versatility. So in RB4 you could use a shot play, a play shot, play shooter, true shooter, shot shooter. That's like 5 or 6. There's a lot you could use. In RB5 there's only 2 viable guard builds that you could use. Well, let's see 6-6 aggressor real quick. 88 speed. This is just a worse 6-6 initiator. There's no point to this build. And for forwards, the only viable height is 6'10". The only viable height is 6'10". Whether it's whatever take, it doesn't matter what take you use. But the only viable height is 6'10". Because I'm pretty sure as you get taller, your shooting gets better. Let's test this. 69.3 at 6'10". Let's go down to 6'8". Yeah, your shooting gets much worse. I don't know why that's the thing. I don't know why your shooting gets better as you get taller. Should be the opposite. And then center, I think I've seen two or 3 center builds. It would be 7-4 aggressor on 7-4 team player. I think it's these 2. Yeah, you're able to use a 7-4 lock, but I don't think people use that. So in RB4 you could use rebounders, C rebounders, slashing rebounders, C true rims, C rebounding rims, rim rebounders. You could even use PF rebounding rims. You can't use power forwards to play big man in RB5 because then they're just going to get abused by the spamming of drop steps, which is another problem. I'm gonna test real quick. So the main problem with drop steps is that they are virtually unguardable. Let's pair that with, let's say, a goal consistent, silver post tech, and diamond enforcer. These 3 badges paired with a 7-4 center just spamming drop steps will just become unguardable after it scores like 1 or 2 times, since your percentages get higher with every bucket. Post scoring is skill-less in this game. There's not a variety of post moves you can do, and the only thing that big men do when it comes to post scoring is just spamming drop steps. You can even abuse centers with drop steps for some reason. Unless you have, well, anchor doesn't even help much. Anchor versus post tech will win every time. So anchor doesn't really help much. It helps, but not as much as it should. You're still going to get pushed out the way more likely than not. Even if you're a center, you get bullied by other centers. Though pairing these 3 badges together, even if they aren't diamond, it's broken. Because all centers do, they just spam drop steps, hook, easy bucket every time. The gameplay is just very lackluster. And it's not fun. The game's not fun at all. Like every game, well, if you've seen my previous videos, every game that I've played has just been pick and roll versus pick and roll. And whoever defends it better wins the game. So it's just not it. It's not it. It's like, and if jokes, and I want league mode to drop, but it's going to be the same in league mode. It's just on a bigger court and with more competitiveness. But even the competitive players are getting bored with the game. They're probably bored already. If I'm not mistaken, they're probably bored already. Because in RB4, you can run post style offense where you just 5 out for the post scorer. You could 5 out for a guard who's ISOing. You could run pick and roll if you wanted to. You can run ISO off ball, which was the main form of offense. But you can't do that in RB4. RB5. You can't do that in RB5. Joke said he wants the game to be more realistic. I get that, but that doesn't mean there should only be one form of offense. And Jokes brought up the fact that we complain too much. The only reason why the community complains is that they're not being listened to. Every update that we've had so far, let's go to update logs. Every update that we have so far, so the latest update was a week ago. Nothing that has to do with gameplay. The gameplay update that we did have, all it did was buffing one badge and then buffing standing dunk speed. Still not what we want. And an update before that, nothing on gameplay. The last 4 updates has been nothing that we want for gameplay. And he increased the speed for drop step animations instead of nerfing it. Well, I don't think nerfing it would do much, but he needs to nerf the effectiveness of drop steps, because why as a center should I be getting abused by the same move the entire game, unable to stop it? Man, that makes no sense at all. No sense at all. So what is the point of running defensive badges if I'm just going to get abused by that same move every play? And then those same people that spam drop steps come into the chat calling you bad, saying you suck at the game. It's just a mood killer. And it doesn't make you want, and it makes you want to quit the game, because unless you join them and spam that same move, there's nothing that sets you apart as a big man. There's no skill in it. I hope Jokes or someone on the mod team sees this video, because RB5 needs these changes immediately. So I like the RB franchise, and I want RB5 to last as long as it should. But at this rate, it's going to die very quickly. As you already see with the player count. It's not even reaching 600, let alone 1,000. and it's less than Arch 2. If I'm right, Arch 2 hasn't been updated in like a year and some. And RB5 is a new game, and this game's player count is getting lower every day. It shouldn't be happening for a new game. And RB5 has some great ideas. Like, no other game has implemented AIs in their game. Like AIs that you could actually play with and run, that you could play with, defend with, run actual basketball plays with if you want to. But no game has actually implemented AIs into their game like RB5 has. Jokes or somebody on the mod team, please see this video. We need transparency with the community and the mod team. I think the best course of action would be for Jokes to have like a stage, and then a stage in a server, then have like, and he could handpick people to come up and say what they want, like what changes they want to the game. Since the suggestions is obviously not working, since I doubt he's even taking a look at this. The suggestions page obviously doesn't work, since I doubt he's even taking a look at all these suggestions here. And unfortunately, the people, I'm not trying to talk bad on the mod team, they're doing their thing, but unfortunately the mod team isn't giving him any like good advice for changes to the game. I don't think they have given him any advice for game changes in general, but I hope I'm wrong, because it's not looking too good for RB5, man. And RB5 is one of the best, if not the best, basketball game on Roblox. Aside from the gameplay, it is one of the best, if not the best, right now. But if the gameplay gets fixed, it could easily be the best basketball game on Roblox of all time. The best game of all time on Roblox, if these changes get implemented. This is what we want to see. Jokes and his mod team just need to take advice from some of the community and actually look at the suggestions that were given him and actually try to interact with us. I don't think there's much of a point shutting out your community if they're the ones who are actually playing your game and they're the ones who want to improve your game. A quick honorable mention. Jokes for some reason doesn't care about content creators. I think content creators are the one that give your game publicity. I say that. As pro sport content creators, they do bring players to the game. They push your game out, because especially if they're a big content creator, they'll push your game out. Your game gets more publicity, you get more players. Win-win for everybody. But with RB, Jokes for some reason doesn't care about content creators. As you see in content posts, there's only one. There's one video. And there's no content creator role. Jokes should change how he thinks and start pushing content creators for his game. In RH2, I know there's content creator logos above your head, whether it's on Twitch or YouTube. You don't need to have a logo, but there should be a role in the Discord, like something for people to push RB5 content out. Because I know he doesn't want his game to remain small forever. So I think this would be the best way for him to push his game out, because he's not, from what I see, I haven't seen any advertising. So I think this would be a great way to get free publicity and free advertisement, just for you to push out content creators. But unfortunately, he doesn't care about content creators, what they think, or if they play the game at all. So that's another problem. Pretty small one, but it is what it is, I guess. But with that, this will be the end of the video. Let me know if I got all the points right or if I left something out. Let me know what you agree or disagree with in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.